Sup, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy Dark Raku here with What If Issei got a Zanpakuto after Raynare killed him. But yeah. Or wait, so yeah, he got a Zanpakuto after his death with Raynare. But yeah. So this What If was actually supposed to come before the other three somewhat. It was supposed to be created after. So yeah, pretty much after his death with Raynare, he he became a Shinigami. But yeah, other than that, let me begin to the story. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. And yeah, so we begin into mostly Issei, kind of still going on that date with Raynare, and of course everything like in original canon would still happen, but to the point where he was about to die, he actually died. But instead of like getting his body reincarnated by Rias. But instead of Rias getting there, she got there a little bit late. And instead of the timer kind of like being like, you have to get there before 5 minutes pass, because that's how the reincarnation system kind of works. And of course, when she got there around like 10 minutes later, thinking that the fallen angel wasn't going to kill him too fast. But she didn't predict it too fast. But yeah. So of course, she tried to reincarnate Issei, but that didn't work. Instead, Issei fully died, but of course, was led to the afterlife. He was led to the afterlife by a kind of interesting old man. The old man seems to be a part of, mostly this weird clothing. Of course, like sent him back, or not sent him back. He sent Issei towards mostly the, the plane of, mostly souls, and that is called the Soul Society. This is where, when Issei got there, he was actually kind of sad that he would never be able to see his parents. Either his mother or his father, unless they died. But that would not be the case. Because he's hoping that his parents live happy lives. Longer lives than he could live. He didn't even know what he actually died from. When he asked the old man who actually kind of sent him to the Soul Society, the old man said that he died by a fallen angel. That crow-looking kind of woman. When Issei heard about the fallen angels, he was surprised. He thought that fallen angels and other shit like the biblical god or whatever were not real. The Soul Reaper that sent him to the Soul Society say, technically, we don't really care about them. They can barely see us. Well, I mean, they can see us, but they won't target us because unless they want to fucking die, they better not target us. But yeah, the whole supernatural is a thing. This is where mostly the old man explains it, but explains this part of the supernatural somewhat, mostly about the Soul Society being not even a part of this, mostly supernatural. I mean, it could be technically, but truly, the Soul Reapers are really a part of the Soul Society, part of the, what's it called, supernatural. They are part of the Soul Society, blah blah blah. Pretty much, this domain kind of just is an extension from, he just says, probably a little bit from Hades, but not entirely. Hades is another Shinigami who is in the human world, or not human world, in the mortal dimension, but in his own dimension called Hades dimension. Entirely, he's like a he's like a mid to high ranking Shinigami. He's not that strong. This is where the old man said. This is where Issei nodded, and of course, Issei got used to being in the Soul Society for a while. The old man did ask him if he wanted to be a Shinigami, because Issei's large spiritual Ryasu did explode from his body. Also, when he died, mostly instead of having his normal brownish hair and his like blackish, or not blackish, mostly like goldenish brown eyes, they changed. They changed because he was furious and angry and saddened. Of course, he would have became a hollow really fast if it wasn't for the old man stopping him by actually sending him to the Soul Society instead. Because, yeah. But this is where, mostly Issei still had a bit of his hollow side, even though he was stopped. But mostly, even though he was stopped, he also had a sacred gear in his body. But the sacred gear didn't leave his body because it was so weird. It was like connected with his hollow side that at the same time, it just took it with him to the Soul Society. But after a while, Issei remerged to kind of having blackish hair with like this red kind of tint in his hair, like a really darkish red. His eyes became red, kind of like a blood crimson red, similar to that of a dragon that he met a while ago, but not the point. But this is where, mostly he did train under that old man and also went to the Soul Reaper school, kind of learning about the Bakudo, Haros, and Kidos or whatever. He started learning about all that, but pretty much he was more of a swordsman user and also interested in the what's it called flash step. This where well he was quite skilled in flash step a lot of times in mostly in school. Now he went to the Soul Society and lived there for a while. Now in the Human Society and Soul Reaper Society there are two different dimensions and of course the time there goes different. But yeah. Even though Issei was actually considered to be one of the youngest Soul Reapers to ever become a Soul Reaper, because he literally just kind of went through ranks in only like a couple of like months. Like literally, he wasn't even that experienced with swords or how to properly use a sword or whatever. But the old man taught him. Now, the old man was mostly a what's it called? He was somewhat of an ex kind of he used to be a not ex he used to be let me say that again. He's actually a retired kind of like Shinigami captain, but of course he just like kind of got removed and other things and blah blah blah. But he was only in the Soul Society, not Soul Society, the human world, just because he was just bored a bit in the Soul Society. But of course, mostly Issei nodded, and of course he did learn a lot from this old man. Now this old man is an experienced kind of captain of the 11th division, or not 11th division, mostly of the 13th division. I'm gonna just say, but yeah. Now I should mention one thing: the kind of captain level Shinigami wasn't actually retired. I'm just kidding, but I mean he doesn't really like actually go out there too much. He's actually not Squad 13. He was actually from Squad 1, and that was none other than Captain Yamamoto. Yes, he kind of saw Issei in his desperate situation of actually just being killed by the supernatural fallen angel. And this is where, mostly he helped out the boy. Now, the boy actually wanted to become a Shinigami to actually protect, souls when they died and instead of becoming hollows. Because Issei kind of, when he was in the school, did have an event where mostly some Soul Reapers kind of fought against hollows and they kind of lost. And Issei was the one to actually step up and actually fight them with his Shikai release. But yeah, Issei actually found out how to use his Shikai release thanks to Yamamoto, and also learned his Bankai release. Now Yamamoto was also surprised that mostly his Shikai and mostly his Zanpakuto was connected to that of the Red Dragon Emperor named Dietrich. Now he's confused how Dietrich is even with Issei, even though Issei is technically a soul. Well, now a Shinigami. But this is where, after mostly a couple of months later, like let's go into a time skip of like 8 months later after Issei's death, mostly his parents were never the same. His mother has become so depressed to the point that she just wanted to end it all. But for some reason she still had this weird feeling that she's hoping to see her baby boy. She became quite like emotional somewhat. Now his father is the exact same thing. His father is literally sad and depressed about his like son's death. He didn't even know how. He doesn't even know how, why, or how did this happen. But yeah. Now Raynare has actually managed to actually take the sacred gear. Mostly she didn't really take the sacred gear for the called Azia. She instead found out one thing, that mostly the boy that she killed was a powerful, mostly not powerful, was just a weak human. But she had to do it because mostly her superior, Kuoh, asked her to do it. But when she met Azia, she kind of regretted the fact that she killed mostly Issei and kind of really wished that mostly he might have turned into a devil or something. Maybe some kind of hope like that. But she found out later that that really wasn't the case. Because the only reason she found out is when Kokuba appeared, mostly he was thanking Raynare for the fact that she killed the Red Dragon Emperor before he was even existing. This is where, Raynare was shocked and horrified to believe that she just killed Issei, even though he was the Red Dragon Emperor, and at the same time, just someone very kind. I mean, he wasn't too much of a pervert during the date. He was really trying to, impress her. But yet, she had to do it, because it was ordered from Kokuba. But she found out that Kokuba was a rogue anyway. This is where, she felt horrified. This is where, Kokuba said that he wanted to start a war with all the kind of factions. He also wanted to start a war with that of the Soul Reapers. Now, one problem is when he went to the Shinigami world, he almost died. Yeah, he fought against a crazy, battle-lusted, spiky-haired, eye-patch fucker. And then, yeah, he's not dealing with that shit again. He has a huge-ass scar in his chest, mostly, what was it called? Kokuyo said. Now, he wants to rebuild the Soul Society towards what they call the whole supernatural. The problem is, that didn't happen because he was stopped in an instant by a red-haired boy. This is where, well, he appeared out of a kind of gate. Yes, he appeared out of the Soul Reaper kind of like gate. The portal that they make and other things. Mostly, his portal was different. Instead of the doors being a normal kind of color like a normal Soul Reaper, they were kind of a red with a crimson red kind of tint. They also had a dragon kind of on it. And it opens for mostly Issei walking out. Now, Issei was now back in the human world. It's been over like 8 months. Well, not entirely. The human world where he kind of used to live. Because he went to a different other kind of places just to defeat hollows and get stronger. But yeah. But this is where, well, mostly, what's it called? Well, not, let me say it again. I actually have a better idea. Mostly with Kokuyo laughing, he's just like laughing saying, well, it seems that I won. Now, I'll be able to kind of see that Sir Six tried to kill me. After I killed his precious little sister. And, well, mostly Sona and see Seraphim angry also. I swear, well, right now Raynare was kind of hurt really fast. She would have been transformed into a devil, but she refused to. Like, she rather died than actually kind of be turned into a devil. So yeah, her pride still was there. But this is where, well, mostly some people who were actually Soul Reapers were trying to fight against the hollows that appear here. There was actually a couple of many of them. And this is where, well, mostly, what's it called? A bunch of Soul Reapers that were like from a squad unknown. But this is where, well, the Soul Reaper says, we need backup. This is where, well, one person was contacting someone saying, we need backup. A special, well, what's it called? Special hollows, Arankars actually appeared here in Kuoh. We need backup. Please send backup. This is where, well, the operator says, backup, he said? Actually, wait, let me. So pretty much it's like, mostly they're just talking.
Is being attacked by special grade cursed spirits. We need backup. Anybody there? Please respond.
What's the situation right now?
All the grade 1 and lower grade sorcerers are down.
Special grade incoming.
But with that happening, mostly the person says mostly special captain level incoming. This is where, well, mostly the Shinigami who's lowering kind of said, wait, special grade? I never heard of that. This is where, well, mostly something actually was appearing in the sky. This is where, well, the hollows themselves felt fear, very tremendous fear. This is where, well, the gate actually was a kind of appearing. This is where, well, right now, well, Kokuyo was laughing because he was fighting against some of the Soul Reapers and they were weak. He was expecting to fight someone like Kenpachi again, but they were weak. Now, they weren't from a special grade, no, I'm just kidding. They were from a different kind of, just Shinigami kind of squad. They were from, like, squad, I'm gonna just say 7. But yeah, I don't even remember what that is. But this is where, well, mostly when the kind of somewhat captain, well, not captain level, mostly when the Shinigami who was calling was about to get killed by Kokuyo because Kokuyo was grinning. This is where, well, before anything happens, this is where a huge burst of fire almost slashed at Kokuyo. Kokuyo right now just won it. This is where, well, mostly he was shocked, confused, and just odd. This is where, well, luckily he managed to jump away. Of course, luckily the hollows haven't actually attacked him because the hollows will be attacking anyone. They're mental grounded, but not the point. Now, of course, other supernatural beings are having trouble with fighting against mental grounded because they don't even know where to aim. Other than the fact of mass, because it's too fucking far out there. And this is where, well, before anything happens is where someone said, Rika, lend me your strength. This is where, well, someone appeared on top of Menos Grandes right now, pulling out a sword and just slashing once and destroying all the Menos Grandes in an instant. This is where, well, he appeared right next to this person. The person that right now has a long sword with the kind of red tip of flames on it. This is where, well, mostly the person says, Captain, I have already defeated them all. This is where, well, the Shinigami who was impressed, shocked, and amazed, and actually knew who exactly this was. This is none other than the newest kind of squad from the Soul Society. The newest squad that was actually created personally by Yamamoto. and that is squad -1. -1 is considered with the captain being none other than Issei Hyodo, and his lieutenant being, what's it called, none other than Yuta Okishio. This is where, well, or Akato. This is where, right now, the Shinigami says, thank you, thank you. This is where, well, mostly he kind of pulls out his sword until mostly Issei puts his blade right now in front of him saying, just leave already. This is where, well, Issei said with a very dark toned, menacing voice, leave with your squad now. You are not needed here. This is where, well, the level, well, mostly the ranking Shinigami says, but, sir, there's too many of them. It's fine. I'll defeat them all at once. This is where, well, the person nodded and right now leaves. But this is where, well, right now, Yuta says, do you want help? No, but I need you to get rid of that Excalibur over there. This is where, well, this is where, well, Yuta nodded, and this is where, well, he runs off to the Excalibur fragment. The one that's right now kind of putting up a struggle with what's it called? Well, not putting up a struggle. Right now having a struggle tug of war with Kiba. This is where, well, Yuta says, hey, you should probably be fighting something like me. This is where Yuta right now slashes at, well, Freed. Freed managed to block it, but this is where, well, he is shocked with the power. This is where, well, he noticed this new Shinigami. This is where the Shinigami right now has cold, emotionless eyes. Yuta is shocked. Mostly the sword that mostly Yuta is holding is quite powerful and dense in magic, or not magic, mostly reality, but no one knows about it. This is where, well, mostly sees this person being skilled in fighting and Sir Freed. Surf was, well, not sick free, but Freed. This is where, well, Freed just says, damn you. Fine, if you want to get in my way, then I'll kill you too, Shinigami-san. This is where, well, most of you just say, you're really annoying and disgusting. Rika. This is where Rika says, Yuta. This is where, well, Yuta actually appears, or mostly not Yuta, Rika. A giant kind of like beastly, kind of hollow kind of beast actually appears behind him. This is where, well, mostly Freeze says, what the hell is that? He gets hit so hard, smashed into a wall in an instant. This is where, well, mostly Yuta says, don't you call my Rika a thing, you pathetic monkey. Well, not pathetic monkey, but you get the point. Pretty much, Yuta just hates when people call, what's it called, Rika names. Rika says, Yuta. This is where, well, right now, Yuta walking towards mostly Freed, but we go into mostly Issei's POV. Issei looks at, what's it called, Kokubil, and Kokubil's over here grinding his teeth saying, I see, so I'm guessing you're a captain level Shinigami. Tell me, what's your name? My name? My name is Issei Hyodo. I am the captain, well, mostly I am the captain of Squad -1, special grade. This is where, well, Kokubil says, Issei Hyodo. This is where he widened his eyes and realized that it's the same person that he assassinated, or kind of made someone else assassinate him, and realized that he is back, and that's a Shinigami. He widened his eyes, realizing that the kid, instead of just dying and just going to Hades' dimension, he is now as a Shinigami, and actually considered to be quite powerful from what he has heard. Because all squad captain, let me say this again. All squad captain Shinigami level Shinigamis are literally quite powerful. Even the one who was actually Squad Captain 1, Yamamoto. This is where Yamamoto, even though he's old, he's still gonna kick the shit of you. Because he lived for 1,000 years old. He has mostly a lot of experience, but yeah. But this is where, well, right now, this is where, well, what's it called? Kokubil right now grabs his teeth and growls at Issei's existence. He wasn't thinking something like this might happen. But this is where, well, he just says, whatever, I'll kill you now. This is where, well, Issei says, bring it on, fallen angel. This is where, well, right now, Kokubil growls at him, and right now exploded into mostly this like huge amount of light energy and creating an armor around him, because he knows that the Red Dragon Emperor is quite dangerous. This is where, well, right now, Issei is walking towards him until Raynare grabs his hand. It's like, Issei, is that you? Issei turns around just to see Raynare, and right now just look at her with mostly this look of kind of cold and emptiness, because as a captain, he is quite cold and emptiness half the time. But when it comes to people that he knows, he is not that cold. He sometimes is, but not much. He kind of relaxes. This is where, well, Issei says, can you let go of me, fallen angel? I have a job to do. This is where, well, Issei pulls his arm away, and this is where, well, he's walking towards, well, mostly Kokubo. Kokubo says, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna make sure that a red dragon like you doesn't exist in this world. This is where, well, mostly Issei right now has his sword right next to him. This is where he says, Bon Kai. He then says the name, and the name is Horai no Kensai. This is where it just translates to Red Dragon Knight. And this is where an explosion of mostly Ryasu appears. Right now covering himself in like this red crimson kind of armor. That kind of has the shape of a dragon. This is where, well, it's like the Red Dragon kind of balance breaker, but different. Just actually flames kind of being attached around it, like actual crimson flames. This is where, well, mostly Issei disappears from Kokubo's mostly view in a flagship, but his flagship is different. The flagship that he uses is iconic only to him. It's called Red Crimson Dash. This is where, well, it just allows him to kind of be able to leave a trail of flames wherever he's at. But this one is actually kind of more different. It's called Red Crimson Heat, which is mostly like allows him to kind of, it has an extra name in it. It's called Red Crimson Flame Dash, but it's also called Heat. This is where, well, it allows him to disappear, literally vape himself into nothing but actual heat, and actually appearing behind Kokubo. Kokubo winds his eyes. He can only feel the heat before he gets hit with a powerful red flame slash. Right now destroying his light kind of armor in an instant, and right now evaporating him from existence. That's where Issei says, you should have never tried to attack this soul society. As I am a special, well, mostly, not special grade, mostly he said, no, let me say that again. You should have never tried to speak about the soul society, or attack it, or attack the residents in it. Because as my great special captain, shall eliminate you at once. Anyone that dares attack the soul society, I shall be the one to be caught in first, to eliminate any threats. This is where, well, Issei's tone and voice was different. He is no longer the same kind of immature kind of kid. He is now a more kind of professional, mature, and stronger version than himself when he was a human. Issei puts his sword back into his blade, right now getting out of his Bankai transformation. This is where, well, mostly he started kind of walking towards mostly Freed, and right now Yuta. Well, Freed is actually come to 1,000,000 pieces, while Yuta has the Excalibur, and right now, Rika right now destroys it. This is where, well, mostly she cracks into 1,000,000 pieces and just kind of drops it down to the ground. While Vlad, or whatever his goddamn name is, Vad, whatever his name is, kind of say, no, this can't be! My research! No, this is where he can't believe Freed and Kokubo was annihilated at once. This is where, well, I say, I can't die here! I'll destroy it at once! No, I need to escape! This is where, well, Yuta says, should I eliminate him at once? Issei says, no, that's not needed. This is where, well, Issei snaps his fingers, and this is where before Vlad can actually run away, a huge ball of like this crimson flame ball smashes into what's it called, just the priest in an instant, burning him alive. This is where, well, a small mechanical dragon actually appears around mostly Issei. Issei says, hello there, Dietrich. How do you like your new body? I hope Mayuri was actually pretty helpful. This is where, well, Dietrich says, I love it! This is amazing! You can actually put my whole full power in here and I'll still be able to just feel free. I'm no longer a stupid fucking sacred gear. I can actually fly. I can't wait to tell this to Alvin and tell him to suck it. This is where, well, mostly Issei chuckles and says, good to know. This is where, well, mostly Yuta says, wow, look at that. Captain right now has something, well, that can help him in battle. Instead of being just a useless godlet half the time. This is where, well, Dietrich growls at mostly Yuta. And this is where, well, right now Yuta chuckles saying, just kidding. This is where, well, Issei chuckles also. This is where, well, right now we go into the POV of everyone who was there. That being Rias and Sona's Parajas. Now, this is where Rias is shocked to see Issei. He's alive, but entirely he is not. You see here, Issei is a Shinigami, so mostly he's not really alive at all. This is where, well, mostly Raynare is seeing Issei, but she now found out that he's a Shinigami. Meaning that he's a death god now. At the same time, he is someone to protect the souls and even the soul society. He's also considered special ranked. That meaning that he is quite powerful because he one-shotted Kokuo in an instant. Until the barrier shatters and this is where, well, he says, hey, what is that? Well, mostly Yuta says, what is that? This is where he looks up and says, don't know. Probably something useless. This is where, well, it was the White Dragon Emperor saying, aha, well, mostly White Dragon supremacy. This is where, well, DJ says, he's here. I thought he would wait till like a little bit longer. Actually, how can he even sense us being here? This is where he says, have no clue. Don't know who this White Dragon Emperor is. Empress, don't care. But if she dares to try to attack the Soul Society or any of my comrades, I will destroy her or him. This is where, well, might not Dietrich nodded. He knows how much that Issei kind of cares about the Soul Society and even its members inside it. Mostly, that was taught by mostly Yamamoto, so Issei wouldn't become too distant away from mostly just people in general. He's also social. This is where, well, Ita says, should I get rid of him or her? I don't really know. This is where, well, the White Dragon decided to speak, and of course the voice was a little bit kind of messed up thanks to Albion kind of speaking at the same time. This is where, well, mostly the White Dragon says, where is Kokuo? This is where, well, the devils and even slash fallen angel and human, like what we call mostly Azia, Irina, Zenobia, and even what's it called, mostly Raynare. They are kind of considered over there. There was also other humans, but this is where, well, like mostly someone named Moriyama and someone named Catherine. They were shocked to see this was Issei. But this is where, well, mostly Ria spoke out saying he was destroyed, evaporated from existence. This is where the White Dragon Emperor kind of says, what do you mean evaporate from the innocent? I just came here to actually go defeat him. This is where, well, mostly Issei said too late. But this is where, well, the White Dragon right now turns to, well, mostly the red crimson hair boy with mostly black in his hair and reddish eyes. And this is where, well, wearing the whole kind of Shinigami outfit, but being different, but yeah. This is where, well, a red dragon mechanic, well, like a mechanic red dragon actually speaking up saying, Albion, it's been a while. It seems that you're still stuck as a sacred gear. Ha, couldn't be me. Look at me, I'm actually free. I might be a small mechanical red dragon, but at least I'm free. He's just taunting the shit out of Albion. Albion sees this and has a tick mark. He says from the wings, you son of a bitch, how the hell are you free? And what the hell is that user of yours? Because I can barely sense him being a devil, human, or any of that. This is where, well, mostly Issei just ignores the bantering of the two dragons. This is where, well, mostly the white one decides to land right in front of Issei, right now getting out of their armor. Now, it was actually a she, and this is where, well, her name was Valerie Lucifer. That's what she says. My name is Valerie Lucifer. And you are? He says, what species are you? I'm half devil, half human. Why? Okay, Issa said. I'm Issei Hiro, Shinigami Captain. Well, special grade Shinigami Captain. This is where Yuta said, I don't think it was a good idea to tell that to her. What is she gonna do? Try to attack me? She does, I'm killing her. No one attacks that of the Shinigamis or anyone else under my protection. This is where, well, Valerie seems impressed to see mostly the red one being quite stoic, strict, and of course, at the same time, caring. Now, she is shocked to believe a Shinigami actually managed to have a sacred gear. That or he died and he actually managed to awaken it when he was training. Which is going with the the second logical reason. This is where, well, he said nodding, saying that was actually the right answer. This is where, well, Issa says, you're not an idiot. I was expecting the white one to be an idiot or something at least. This is where Valerie scoffs and says, I was expecting the red one to be a pervert. This is where, well, Issa says, well, I'm not that. I used to be when I was a human, but I'm no longer. I found out more interesting things than just living for old pie and other shit. This is where, well, Valerie says, what is that? This is where Issei just thinks. I live for the person that actually taught me how to be a Shinigami. The person that taught me a lot of things. I also live for this is where Yuta says, he's also a battle-crazed maniac half the time. He fights Kenpachi, the 11th squad captain, every single day whenever he feels bored. This is where Issei says, shut the fuck up, Yuta. Yuta says, I'm not shutting up, this is the truth. This is where Issei kicks mostly Yuta out the way and says, fuck off. This is where, well, making Folly kind of giggle. She wasn't expecting mostly Issei to be mostly quite cute and interesting. This is where, well, he mostly acts stoic and other things serious. Too serious, but really he's actually quite cute when he gets flustered and angry. This is where, well, Issei scoffs and just says, ignore that bastard. He doesn't really know what's really good. He's a new kind of lieutenant. Says the one who's only 8 months as being a captain. Or not even 8 months, 3 months as being only a captain special grade. He says, fuck you, Yuta. Yuta says, I don't swing that way. I know you swing away with your freaking Rika hollow thing, whatever the hell it is. Yuta says, yes, because I love her. That's where Issei says, yeah, jerk. This is where, well, mostly Folly is still giggling because she just loves the fact that mostly Issei is quite charming. He looks quite charming, but at the same time his expression personally might be looking stoic and serious to others. But when it comes to other team members like Yuta, literally he kind of becomes a 180 and actually becomes less serious. This is where, well, we'll see. Issei just ignores that idiot. Yuta says, don't ignore me. I speak the truth. I am the truth. This is where, well, what's the Issei says, man, you lie half the damn time. Fuck off, Yuta. Yuta says, fuck you. This is where Issei says, no thanks, I don't swing that way. This is where, well, Yuta says, then what do you swing for? This is where, well, mostly Issei says, none of your concern. Diedrich says he still swings for females. This is where Issei says, exact, so fuck off, Diedrich. Diedrich says, hey, I'm telling the truth. You might show no emotion towards also females or different anyone else that shows any kind of feelings to you, but you still kind of swing for them. Unless you're gay. This is where Issei says, I'm gonna kill you, dragon. I'm gonna make sure that I destroy that body that was it called mostly Mayuri actually created for you. Just quite a while ago. This is where, well, Diedrich says, hey, kid, calm down. We don't need to go violent or serious or any of that, right? Issei says, no, we don't. Good. Because I'm going to be running. This is where he starts flying. Let's go, Yuta. Yuta starts kind of running for like his dear life. And he says to Archer, fuck you too. This is where Issei says, damn annoying bastards. This is where Issei right now looks back at Valerie and says, well, until next time, Lucifer, Valerie. Until next time we meet. Our rival is not a thing because mostly I don't have the red dragon inside my body. He's right now out there flying like an annoying little prick. But yes, goodbye there, half devil, half human. This is where, well, mostly follower 6. So what do I call you? A full Shinigami? Do I have to call you Mr. Kyoto most of the time? Because you're like some kind of captain or whatever? Issei scoffs and says, call me Ice, Issei, or whatever. This is where, well, someone rushes up to Issei in an instant, an orange-haired girl saying, Issei! Or mostly she said, Ice! She was about to slam into Issei, and so Issei literally just uses flash to move out of the way. This is where, well, mostly the cheerful kind of, well, mostly exorcist girl right now was about to smash into Valerie. Both of them wind their eyes, and this is where, well, mostly right now, Irina was thinking it was Issei, but surely Issei used flash them. Just because Issei thought it was annoying. This is where, well, mostly, bing, they both just smash together. This is where Irina says, ow! Wait, where is Issei at? Ice! This is where she knows Ice right now walking away. This is where Irina says, oh no, my friend, he became something different. Please, Lord, have mercy on him. This is where Issei right now had to throw a fucking bomb, and that says, God is dead. I don't know what you're trying to pray to. This is where, well, Irina's heart almost shattered. Say, that can't be true. I'm a Shinigami. I already figured that shit out. Like, everyone in the Soul Society is told that God is literally dead. Those who are not even a part of the Christianity or Christian or whatever. This is where, well, right now, Irina is shocked, horrified. She says, that can't be true. Was all praying was a lie? This is where Issei says, yes, because I don't believe in God anyway. That and, I truly met someone who surpassed gods than anyone else in this world, in the Soul Society, kind of in a different dimension. Not the point. I should be going. I gotta go do paperwork. My worst enemy. I'm gonna burn that damn paperwork. But I know Captain Yamamoto is gonna be pissed. Or mostly he doesn't call Captain Yamamoto Captain. He calls Gramps because, yeah, he sees Yamamoto as a grandfather. But this is where Issei says, well, I must be going then. Bye. This is where Raynare says, no, Issei, please stay here for a bit. This is where, well, right now, it wasn't actually Irina or mostly Valerie speaking, or even Raynare, because Raynare was still very scared of Issei, but it was actually Rias. She was begging, pleading for Issei to stay. Issei was confused and says, what do you want, devil? Do you need something from me? Because I truly don't remember you half the time, and you never did speak to me when I was a human. This is where, well, mostly, what's it called? Ria says, yes, can you please be a part of my barrage? Issei said, hell no. This is where, well, Issei literally cussed the fuck out of Rias because he's not really wanting to be a devil. He loves being a Shinigami. He loves protecting those of his own. He loves also being a leader. Even though he might not act like a leader, he is quite of a leader stand kind of prodigy somewhat. He's similar to that of Toshiro. He has met Toshiro, but their beliefs and different and ideas are quite different. He also has met what's called Urahara, Yoriichi, and like others, or Yachiru, Kapachi, Byakuya, just other captains. But yeah. Now, Byakuya doesn't think that Issei deserves to be a captain, even though Issei tells him to fuck off half the time, because yeah. Now, of course, Issei has also met Captain Aizen. Now, Captain Aizen is, well, just betrayed, what's it called, the Soul Society about like 2 months ago. Well, yeah, mostly like 2 months ago, before, well, after he became a captain. And he was shocked to believe that. He felt betrayed when Captain Aizen left. A lot of people felt betrayed because Captain Aizen was quite kind and friendly, but Issei did notice that he wasn't fully kind and friendly. He was just kind of sad because why would Captain Aizen even train him a bit, even if he knew that he was going to betray the Soul Society? He didn't understand it fully. He never did trust Captain Aizen too much, but he still felt a little bit betrayed from him. But of course, Captain Aizen did also have a daughter, but she wasn't really charged with anything because she didn't know her father was going to do something like that. And of course, Issei does have what's called Captain Aizen's daughter with him in his own kind of captain squad. And mostly both Issei and her actually know each other, so that's why mostly Issei has her under his protection. And no way none of like Fortran or mostly Order 46 or whatever fucking mostly councils can even get it towards him, because he's under the protection of the, well, mostly squad captain first, well, Yamamoto. But yeah, and they can somewhat bend some of the rules, but yeah. But with that happening, mostly Issei says, no, fuck off and leave me alone. Issei right now uses his flaming flash step, or mostly his like red crimson flames flash step, and disappear. This is where, well, he then says, I'm out, bye. This is where, well, mostly he also uses his sword to activate or open a portal, and he leaves into it to kind of get back to the Soul Society. But other than that, I'm going to be going. Bye soon. Yeah, I got to be going. Bye. And yeah.